Hey everyone, this is Tyrone, the bandit wholesaler of the Clarion Group, and as always, money never sleeps, and neither does opportunity. Take advantage of it. I guess the one thing I want to talk about in this video is never let someone try to talk you into doing something you know that isn't right, it doesn't feel right. Don't let money or profit override common sense. And I almost didn't listen to my own advice. Almost. About a month ago, got a I got an email from a property manager who claimed to receive one of my postcards. Red flag went off because I don't direct mail to property managers. Anyways, I called them back. I called them and we talked for about a half hour and claimed that he had an owner that had 10 properties and wanted to sell. So I'm taking 10 properties, dollar signs, dollar signs, dollar signs. Okay, this could be something. Well, anyways, wrote down the properties and realized that I knew the areas, and a lot of these properties were in dog areas. Call them the blue light Baltimore cop special, because the cops are always down there, and the areas were kind of pretty much your quote war zone areas. Well, there was 2 properties on the same block in Southwest Baltimore. On a scale of 1 to 10, I probably would give the area about a 4, maybe a 5. So I said, okay, maybe these 2 might have potential, maybe. So I went ahead, ran the comps, did the due diligence and everything, set up an appointment with the property manager, met him out, took a look at the properties. Both of them needed complete rehab. The block really wasn't a lot to write home about. Several board ups on the block, but I did the rental comps and thought maybe I could make something out of it, and it could have been a potential $8,000 to $10,000 deal if I would have packaged them and sold them as a package. Well, anyways, talked to the property manager some more, and he brought up the issue about wanting to work with his title company. Red flag went off. Another red flag went up because he was adamant about it. It was talk about trying to promote his title company, his friend's title company, how good work they do, and how much I would like them. And my thing is why would a property manager care what title company I use to close when he's just a property manager, not the owner? Well, anyways, so something else I forgot to mention. The owners of the properties were all an LLC in care of another LLC, and it sounded familiar, so I went back into my mailing database and looked up the LLC, and sure enough, that LLC was in my marketing database, because I got it from the rent court, I don't know, probably 6 months ago, and I've seen that LLC on the rent docket several times. So another red flag went up because the property manager wasn't in my database, but the LLC was. The LLC was from up New York, even though the property manager was in Baltimore. So there was a bunch of red flags, or quote inconsistencies, put it like that, that were kind of like weighing on me. Anyways, I sent an offer. Made an offer for $25,000 for both properties, basically $12,500 for both, because I was estimated that both properties would need about $20,000 to $25,000 in rehab. Probably would rent it for about $850, $900, if that. So the property manager called me back about 3 days after that and said that the offers were accepted. So I'm saying, okay, great. But then again, he brought up the issue about his title company. So how I got out of it and basically made the issue about using my own title company was that my money guys, my money partners, the ones that will be funding the deal, they are particular about closing at this particular title company, which is my title company. And if I can't use the title company that I use, it will probably be much harder for me to get the financing to close the deal. One thing in negotiating, always use someone else as the bad guy. So that's a little tidbit. So that's what I did. So he wasn't kind of happy about it, but I didn't care less. Well, anyways, he made an issue about a contract. And he's saying, well, when I submitted it, he thought, well, just an offer. Well, it couldn't be just an offer because you said that the sellers accepted the offer. Another red flag. Well, anyways, we talked some more, and he said he'll get back to me. Well, it's been about 3 weeks, and I don't think I'm going to hear any more from this property manager person. And if this deal is pretty much a done deal, pretty much meaning that it went down in flames, it won't happen, I'm actually pretty happy about it, because I don't want someone dictating the terms to me. Me basically being a buyer, even if I'm going to wholesale a deal, I need to be in control of the deal. I don't need somebody to dictate the contract, the verbiage of my contract, or the title company, or using someone else's title company. If I'm not in control of the deal, then all of a sudden it looks pretty bad. That let's say that I find a buyer. Let's say I went out and found a buyer for those two properties, and I was going to sign the deal, and I put in my assignment contract that my buyer is going to have to close at my title company. But the title company is the title company that the property manager dictates, and I don't know anything about that property, about that title company. So if something was to go wrong, my buyer gets screwed somehow in the deal somehow, who is going to come back on? Me. Because I'm the one who dictated that my buyer close at this property manager's title company. That's why I say it is very important you have to stay in control of the deal regardless. Your title company, your contract, you're the buyer. If they don't, and if the seller or whoever doesn't like it, well, whatever. If you're always marketing, another deal's going to come along, to hell with it. So, if this deal goes down in flames, which I think it is, good, because another deal is always going to come down the pipeline, and I don't need to relinquish control of anything just to make money. Who needs to stress? So anyway, that's the moral of the story. Always stay in control of the deal. Always stay in control of the deal. Always stay in control of the deal. And don't let anybody try to talk you into doing something that doesn't feel right, or can come back to bite you in the ass down the road. So take it for what it's worth. Talk to you guys later.